From Andre Santos to Washington to Gabriel Angelo to William Estevao, now it looks like Chelsea are about to sneak into that Brazilian market again with Gabriel Mec. Hello guys and welcome back to another series, and today we're going to be looking at the profile of Gabriel Mec, and if he does sign for Chelsea, what can they expect? It's the hottest day of the year and I'm inside making a YouTube video, so you better appreciate all this. So please, if you are new here, or if you're a regular, I was going to say customer again, you're not a customer, but if you're a regular viewer, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on an episode. So who is Gabriel Mec? Well, there's not much information yet on his background, but he's a 16-year-old. He was born in Rio de Janeiro on the 11th of April 2008, and he's a forward that plays for Grêmio. Full name is Gabriel Ferreira de Carvalho. So Gabriel Mec is the latest prodigy coming out of the Grêmio Academy after the likes of Ronaldinho, Douglas Costa, who have both made waves in Europe, and it looks like Gabriel Mec is going to follow suit. Mec is already playing for the under-20 side and he's only 16. But let's start by looking at his position and his awareness. Well, Gabriel Mec is a versatile forward. He can play anywhere along the front line as a right midfielder, a left midfielder, an attacking midfielder, but he does predominantly play on the left wing. Gabriel Mec likes to float and roam around the left-hand side, whether that be pulling wide to isolate his fullback, or getting beyond the last man and looking for space in behind, or where he moves inside in between the lines. But despite playing anywhere along the front line, I think he's at his best when he's on the left wing, but with his freedom to roam in the central areas consistently. Gabriel Mec constantly wants the ball to feed, so you'll often see him drop deeper into positions to help in the build-up phase, but you'll often see him move away from the left-hand side, coming into space and searching for the ball. His explosive movement and nimble changes make it extremely difficult for defenders to track. This ensures he often receives a ball, but in space. Even though he's not played for the senior level, you can tell his reading of the game is to a high level. He excels in positional play, understanding how to anticipate movements and anticipate space opening. By understanding the flow of the game and anticipating movement, it allows him to be very intelligent in where he positions himself. His strategic positions allow him to exploit gaps in the opponent's defense. Mec is constantly on the move. He has a tendency to drift into new and unexpected places. His vision and spatial awareness allow him to orchestrate plays effectively. You'll often see him drifting out wide to receive a switch of play where he has an exceptional first touch, or you'll see him dropping deeper to receive and link up play. But you'll often see him either hogging the touchline or coming inside in the left side half spaces. But a huge part of his game is his ball carrying, which proves a huge asset in contributing to the ball progression. So as I mentioned earlier, you'll see him dropping deep to receive the ball, but not only his passes can get him out of trouble, it's also his ball carrying as well. And if there's any space to carry into, he will. But once he's in space and receives the ball, he causes defenders and opponents further problems. His ability to maneuver, feint on his first touch to throw the defender off is exceptional. He can receive any sort of pass with either foot with ease, and he takes a ball into his stride beautifully. This allows him to evade any pressure, any press from opponents, but also build up momentum to gather his attacks. One of the most impressive things about Gabriel Mec is his agility. He's capable of changing directions extremely quickly, and his ridiculously good feet make it a nightmare for defenders to try and get the ball off him. When he's got the ball at his feet, he's exceptionally dynamic and his ball carrying is unbelievable. He's got flair, he's got trickery. You'll often see him doing rainbow flicks, step overs, move them both ways. He's extremely dangerous and unpredictable. He's a tricky winger who beats players at absolute will, causing absolute havoc to opposition's defenses. If you look at his YouTube compilations, it's just him destroying defenders. What I love about his trickery and his dribbling, he absolutely taunts defenders. He shows them just enough of the ball to make them think they've got a chance of winning the ball, so they'll commit before he just jets off or jinxes around them. His preference is to almost cut inside onto his right foot, but given he's almost capable with his left, it's incredibly hard to predict which way you'll go. What I like about him is teams often look to double up on him already, but it doesn't discourage any of his ability or characteristics. It's like he thrives under the challenge of several opponents as he manages to worm and weave his way in between them. Dribbling style is often thought of as showboating, but it's hugely effective in the way he progresses the team up the pitch. The fact that he draws so many players towards a ball, this frees up teammates around the pitch. He moves the ball around to incredible effect. His agility, his unbelievable balance, his beautiful close control, and his ability to play off either foot makes it difficult for opponents to anticipate. Got such precise touches of the ball, and he uses his speed, agility, and exceptional dribble skills to outmaneuver defenders and penetrate towards their defense. So what I'm saying is, if you're defending against him, expect to be pulled into a challenge before he just changes direction and outwits you with a feint. Mec has a unique blend of technical prowess with creative flair. A beautiful relationship with the ball, quick feet manipulation in tight spaces, and incredibly dangerous in one-on-one. His ball control and his manipulations allow him to move inside and outside of players, making him insanely unpredictable. He'll always peel out wide to receive the ball, and he's a two-way dribbler, so he loves to pull out wide, isolate his fullback before beating them in a one-on-one and cutting inside. Technique and his speed and his agility help him to excel in many different kinds of dribbles. He carries the ball incredibly quickly in open spaces, but he's unbelievable under pressure in tight spaces. His trickery, his balance, combined with beautiful ball control, allow him just to maneuver in and out of players. Gabriel Mec undoubtedly so far has built up his reputation on dazzling dribbling, his ability to dribble at speed, and his ability just to maneuver and jinx around players. Because he's so two-footed, he moves the ball at such speed with the ball never quite slipping away from him, and it's unbelievable to watch. It's it's a sort of flair you would expect from an exuberant Brazilian attacker. Somewhat of a throwback. The way he moves with the ball, he reminds us of a mini Robinho. His dribbles aren't just for show either. They've all got purpose. They're all moving into space or moving into an area where he can create for himself. His passing and his vision are arguably the most underrated parts of his game because his dribbling is so standout. His ability to break through the lines with accurate forward passing is outstanding, and this is largely owing to his brilliant vision and weight of pass. He can break the lines from just about any position, whether that be coming in on his right foot and sending a disguised pass, or going down the left and cutting back for his teammate. So really, he can come inside and slip through balls for behind the opposition for strikers to run onto, or he can play an overlapping fullback in with a disguised pass. This ability encourages teammates to make ambitious runs when he's on the ball. So his deceptive body movements when dribbling, his ability to disguise his passes, his creativity allows his teammates to gamble more when he's on the ball. He's so good at just working on instincts as well, just learning where the pressure comes from, or if the environment changes around him. He's so good at improvising and just adapting his style. But definitely it's his dribbling that stands out the most. It has such conviction. He's particularly intelligent in the way he uses his body to feint and manipulate players. And that creates an opening of space for him to play a pass. He's got the ability to modulate his speed, whether that be accelerating or deaccelerating or changing direction, just to outsmart a defender. What I love about him is his personality. He's a high-intensity, high-volume dribbler, and he's full of life and confidence. But the best thing about him is, if a dribble doesn't come off, maybe once or twice, you'll try and try again, showing his personality. If he was to move to Chelsea and maybe in a few years' time, expect him to play on that left-hand side or maybe in the attacking midfield role. But his areas where you'll look to impact the game most is in that left-hand side inside channel. But he's such an impactful player. His positioning and his movement and his speed allow him to flourish with and without the ball, his close control dribbling style, his positioning across the field, his ability to make a pass, to deliver a pass, to execute a pass, means he makes a huge impact on games. And then finally, he looks to insert himself in the box. You'll often see him in the box or making late runs into the box to snatch onto loose balls or to get on the end of a cross, which is a brilliant asset to have because he's got that desire and willingness to make an impact. He really has a nice awareness of space. He'll often, when his team's in possession, he'll look to create width, get on the ball before cutting inside and isolating his man. But he can also find space between the lines, so he's got that unpredictability when he's off the ball as well. One of his weakness, and at first sight, it's definitely his physicality. But you've got to remember he's only 16, so he hasn't fully developed into his body yet. So that will come with time, hopefully. But he definitely needs to learn how to use his body to shield the ball better when he's dribbling. He doesn't use his body to shield the ball as much as you would like. His ball striking and his finishing is excellent, but it definitely needs more consistency. What I'm saying is just a little bit more composure and substance when he's placing his shots. His defensive work can do with a lot of coaching as well. He does well in blocking the lines and intercepting passes, but when it comes to engaging with opponents, he's not physically developed enough to do that. There you go, guys. There's the end of the episode, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on another episode. And once again, I just want to say I appreciate your time so much because time is valuable. So I appreciate that, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.